Well, hi everyone. I am so glad you're here for another episode of Ingrid's World. My name is Ingrid Paris Hicklin, and I am the host and the producer of the show. On this show, meet Dr. Anita Young, who is the president of the Old Dominion, Virginia chapter of the Links Incorporated. In addition to her commitment to Old Dominion chapter and service to Prince William County, Virginia, she is an associate professor at Johns Hopkins University. She has extensive experience as a counselor and an educator. Her research and passion aligns with seeking equitable solutions to produce just outcomes. Her greatest satisfaction comes from being a wife, mother, and grandmother of 3 children. Well, welcome to the show, Dr. Young. I'm thrilled to have you here.
Thank you so very much for having me today. It's such a joy to be here.
So hold a little bit. Would you like to add a little bit more than your introduction about Dr. Young?
Oh, listen, well, I think you've really covered it all, except, I truly do have a passion for the work that I do and opportunities to really look at inequities and close gaps that might be hindering families and students from being successful in life. So having an opportunity to be a member of the Links Incorporated is truly such a blessing for me.
Well, that's an excellent segue, because tell us about Links Incorporated.
Sure. It's my pleasure to do so. Well, the Links Incorporated was founded in 1946, and I want you to think about that time frame of what was occurring in 1946. It was founded by 2 dynamic co-founders who really had the vision and the foresight to think about creating an organization that would focus on friendship and service, and to focus on those equally. It was founded in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and currently we are approximately 16,000 strong of women across 41 states, and in addition to the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and the United Kingdom.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
That's like amazing.
It is.
So the history of the Old Dominion chapter located in the state of Virginia. Tell us about the history of that chapter.
Sure. Our Old Dominion Virginia chapter, we just pride ourselves as being the 250th chapter of the Links Incorporated. And of course, our national organization has 4 areas. It's the Eastern area, the Central area, the Southern area, and the Western area. And we are part of the Eastern area, which again was where our founding chapter occurred in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We are 57 strong, dynamic women from across the professions. We have entrepreneurs, we have politicians, we have educators, we have business leaders, and all of us have just unique individual achievements that we bring together. And when we come together collectively, we're just a force who's really committed to the friendship and service that we're able to provide in Prince William County, which is our service area.
So tell us about the community service programs that you're doing in Prince William County.
Sure. I'd love to. So, I said it's equal friendship and service. In our chapter, particularly, we focus on working with a full STEAM Ahead program. So when you think about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and you also include the arts in there. So part of the Links Incorporated is that there are 5 facets. And those facets come together for what we call an umbrella program to deliver services throughout Prince William County. So the 5 facets are, services to youth, which we fondly refer to as STY. Then we have health and human services that we also have as HHS. We have the arts. We have the international trends and services, ITS, national trends and services, NTS. So we come together to provide meaningful and measurable services throughout Prince William County for not only, the children that we serve, but the families that we serve. Specifically, we have partnered with Minnieville Elementary, where we have been able to provide significant services and outcomes for the students who are enrolled in the elementary school at Minnieville Elementary.
So, what has been the impact of the coronavirus on the chapter's programs?
Oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Like everyone else on the globe, we had to pivot. We really had to pivot. And we did so in response to the needs of the community. Nationally, all of our meetings and planning have occurred virtually online. But we also were able to successfully pivot and provide services through an online platform with the students. For example, we have Saturday morning academies where the students are able to engage in, robotics activities and to develop and to create these kind of movable robots that all of the students seem to engage in. We've been able to engage in the arts activities as well, looking at health and human services. And, initially, if you recall, with the pandemic, there was this need for masks. You couldn't find a mask anywhere.
Right.
And we responded to that need by actually sewing masks.
Oh my goodness.
Sewed masks, and we went all over and, purchased fabric to sew the mask. We ordered masks. We had those masks delivered to the healthcare facilities in Prince William County. We have also partnered with a faith-based organization to respond to food insecurities that were occurring in Prince William County and across the nation. And I think probably that has been one of the most impactful services that we rendered during the pandemic. And as we continue to live in this process, we are being responsive to the needs of the community. There have been coat drives and donations as well to food banks in Prince William County. So, as other organizations, we have attempted to do the same. And that is to be able to fill the gaps so that there are equitable services provided throughout the county.
And we're showing our viewers some of the food collections that you were doing. And I guess, where is this food collection taking place at?
We've had two opportunities for food that we've delivered to the ACTS program in Prince William County. Yes, and also partnered with one of the local churches. If you recall, there were like federal funded grants that were available to organizations. So we partnered with the church to deliver the food. Most recently, we did the same thing. We bagged food and produce, meats and canned goods, and delivered those items directly to Minnieville. So those are some of the pictures that you see there.
Oh, they're wonderful. Thank you so much. Our viewers are seeing these things, and it's just so impactful that you've been able to do this. Tell us about also, so you've had the Saturday Academy, but then I was doing the research, and you also provide scholarships.
Oh, absolutely.
Tell us about that.
Heart. Yes. That's at the heart of, where we serve. If you think about it, the reality is we are preparing young minds for really jobs that we do not know exist today. So we are preparing them for entrepreneurship opportunities. And we do so by offering scholarships. And the way we fund these scholarships is through our partnership with our foundation, which is the Old Dominion Foundation, where we've had fundraisers such as an annual golf tournament, a fundraiser with Bloomingdale's that we've had in the past. This past holiday season during the pandemic, there was a wine and cheese activity. Wow. So all of the funds that are raised through the foundation become part of our partnership to provide scholarships in the community to local students. And when we think about our scholarships, again, we are seeking to close the achievement and opportunity gaps so that all students, when I say all, I mean it literally, all students are college ready and they feel that they are college worthy as well. And then we have general scholarships, and we have scholarships that are specific for students who may be pursuing historically Black colleges and universities. We have two scholarships from members who were members of our chapter. One is one of our organizers. We are very fortunate to have one of our organizers, Diane Horner-Little, still an active member in our chapter. And unfortunately, the other organizer is deceased, Willa Dumas. However, there is a scholarship that we provide to seniors in the Prince William County area as well. And we also have another scholarship. We were very fortunate to have one of our members, Wilhelmina Rubin Cook, who was one of the first 5 African-American students to enter Duke University. And they most recently named a building after her as well. So when I said we have dynamic members, we do have dynamic members. And there's a scholarship in her name as well. So if we look over the past few years and the average amount that we've been able to contribute to those scholarships, we have been very fortunate and able to maintain the level of scholarships that we have distributed throughout Prince William County, despite the pandemic. So when I say we have professional women who are just achievers across the profession, when we come together as a collaborative force, think about the measurable impact that we can make in the community.
Oh, that's powerful, really powerful. So the community is watching this interview and they said, what, how can I help?
Gosh, yeah, partnerships partnerships are just critical to the success of any organization. So we've had opportunities to partner with some of the Greek organizations. I mentioned the faith-based organizations. So anyone who might be interested could go to our website at odclinks.org. We also could they could email us at odcinfo at, I was trying to look to make sure I get that address correct, at odchelp@outlook.com. They can also, yes. So it's odchelp@outlook.com, or they could go to odclinks.org and look at our website as well. So we are always interested in partnering with, kind of like-minded individuals who have at the heart that need to serve others.
It's powerful, and thank goodness for the Old Dominion, Virginia chapter of the Links Incorporated. We definitely need your organization, and kudos to the women who serve in such a wonderful capacity. So as we look, your chapter has been recognized for service to the community as well as program awards. Can you tell me about some of the awards you've received?
Yes. Absolutely. Throughout the community, the Minnieville Elementary, there have been nominations in Prince William County for the work that we have done there. Within our organization, we have received the best practice. We have received some first prize recognition for the work that we have done. And most recently, one of our facets in the arts, one of the young men from Prince William County was recognized as second place for the arts at the area level. So, we are just so fortunate to be able to give back to the community and also very appreciative of the recognition that we have received as well.
Right. And it's so important because the work that you're doing is really propelling those young people to be, as you say, the entrepreneurs, the future, the leaders, and that's just critical.
Yeah.
So people who are watching this interview, they're going to say, you know what, this is very important. What kind of, let's say, makes your heart sing when you say, I am so glad we're doing that? Is there a particular program that is offered through the links that you're so elated?
Oh my goodness. It's hard to just select one particular program that I think touches my heart. I think it's just kind of the umbrella approach of how we serve the community in all ages. Of course, anytime we have an opportunity to address an injustice, I think that's the approach that touches me. I guess, yeah, because that's what we are about. We are about promoting, social justice, racial justice, educational justice, just so that we can be a better community and a better society. So anytime we have an opportunity to do that, that is something that makes my heart go pitter patter. And those are kind of transferable skills and values that we partake in through our service community. When we think about it, we, during the past election year, we helped our students to understand the process of voting. There were kind of, opportunities to understand that when we talk about the scholarships, the importance of, again, that college readiness and college worthiness, and healthcare. In the community, we've also sponsored health fairs that have gotten to the heart of not only the physical being, but also the mental wellness is equally as important. So I think it's hard for me to just say one particular
It's
area.
hard. I get that from you, that you can't pick out. As they say, they're all your children.
I do. I get excited. I
All your
really do
babies.
get excited. Yeah, you would think it every time that as if it is my first time ever. I get excited. I
Oh my
really do.
goodness. Oh
Yeah,
my.
like I said, I just feel so fortunate to be a part of an organization that has a vision and a mission that focuses on the friendship and the service. But it's not just those two, but it's about the responsibility and our integrity and accountability as well.
It really is.
Yeah.
So, just to give our viewers a little taste of what you've done, how did you do the politics? Because that's always a kind of, let's say, touchy thing. How did you explain the election to them without, particularly picking sides? How did you handle that?
Absolutely, absolutely. So I cannot take credit for that for sure. It was really part of the FACET program. So we have these Saturday morning academies for the students at Minnieville. And prior to the pandemic, they were face to face. And of course, now and henceforth until we are in a safe space, they will continue to be virtual. So it's bipartisan. You teach the concept of the importance of voting and civil liberties,
Yes,
and
yes.
helping students to understand the outcome and the power and how it impacts our economic future as well. So it was clearly, just teaching them the basics of the importance of voting and how it impacts our everyday lives and gives us an opportunity collectively to have power and influence over what occurs in our lives.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful. So, I remember when we were talking that you said you used actually a fairy tale setting to talk about.
Yes, it was fun. Yeah, they used Goldilocks and the Three Bears was one. And regardless of the age, I think that's a story that we could all relate to as well. And it was so entertaining. And so think about all of the unconditional time and planning that it takes to execute a program so that students that not only have learned the knowledge and they gain the skills, but they enjoy it. And it was so engaging. Yes, absolutely.
Wow. It's
Yeah.
engaged. How many students did you have participating in that,
Oh
in the
gosh,
program?
you could jog my memory. Well, so part of that, on that particular day, there were probably maybe a dozen or so students, but these students are also part of our NESBY Junior program that
Ah.
we have in our chapter. So that's where those Academy Academies come into play through our NESBY Junior. So it's the National Society of Black Engineers. It's a junior chapter that we have available for them.
Oh.
And the chapters, enrollment size, can go up to 30 students. And these are elementary students, typically between grades 3 and 5th grade that participate. And of course, the aim is to spark their interest in kind of STEM professions and careers. And when we integrate the arts in there as well for that STEAM, so we're full steam ahead in Prince William County.
Well, I think I'm speaking to a leader who has behind her some hard-working
Oh, yes.
because
Oh, yes.
I just get exhausted.
So
You
do
have-
I. So do I.
You
I
have
know.
the food, you have the health fair, you have the arts. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah.
And that's
Yes.
and we're just touching on a little bit of each.
Yes.
Then you
Yes.
have the golf tournament.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's all volunteer. All volunteer. Think about that.
And
Yeah.
all totally volunteer.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I'm just
That's
so thrilled.
why when we come together, it really is a force. It's a force of the impact, and it's measurable. Every activity that we have, and it's not just random acts of improvement. We think about our strategic planning and how it aligns with the programming in the community. We create SMART goals and we measure what we do. Each time we have an activity, there's a pre and a post test because it's important for us to receive that feedback. And when we think about it, it's really an ongoing process. So we look at formative assessment. So midway, it's not that just at the beginning of a program year, we say we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and we don't assess what we do. We stop and evaluate and think about what we're doing and how we can do it better. I always say that when I go to every meeting, I try to bring my best self. And I feel that the members do the same thing. So, if our best self needs a little, sharpening, that's what we try to do. That's exactly what we try to do.
That's beautiful. Yeah, sometimes a little sharpening, it doesn't hurt.
That's
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. We're just never self-actualized. We're never going to be, successful in saying, well, we're done. We're always seeking higher achievements.
Well, Dr. Young, we could just talk forever because you're quite engaging and enthused, and I see why the organization is working so well. How many years has the chapter been in existence?
Since 1993, and so we are excited about that. We are approaching, in a couple of years, our 30th anniversary. So we
Oh my goodness.
Really,
Oh
we're
my goodness.
Yes, and especially with scholarships, we've set a goal for that 30th year for X number of dollars that we would like to distribute amongst seniors during that year as well. So we have been around for almost 30 years. Yeah.
Well, congratulations to you and the wonderful women that make up the Old Dominion chapter of the Links Incorporated. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Young, for being on the show on Ingrid's World to discuss the Old Dominion, Virginia chapter of the Links Incorporated. My inspirational quote is from Dorothy Hyde. Without community service, we would not have a strong quality of life. Thank you, everyone, for supporting Ingrid's World. I feel your fantastic support. Connect to me on Facebook at Ingrid's World and follow the show at Ingrid's World VA on Twitter and Instagram. And never miss a show of Ingrid's World because the show is on YouTube at Ingrid's World LLC and also ingridsworld.org. Thanks for watching. You're the best.